The Poet's Perspective podcast is brought to you by Urban Grind Coffee House. What better way than to start your day by grabbing life by the beans? Coffee beans, that is. Visit urbangrindatlanta.com to get coffee delivered right to your doorstep, and be sure to use the discount code POETRY to save 15% on your next pound of coffee. And if you'd like to be a part of the culture and represent the eclectic vibe and positive energy that Urban Grind has to offer, you can choose from our selection of brand new Urban Grind apparel. And if you're in the Atlanta area, make sure you visit Urban Grind for their selection of specialty coffees, sandwiches, and pastries while you get your studying done, working on that $1 million idea, or just meeting up with friends. Urban Grind Coffee House. Keep grinding. Abstract, what's going on?
Nothing much. Nervous. Why am I nervous? I'm at home.
Don't be nervous. You have no reason to be nervous, because I was trying to prepare for this, and I was like watching all your videos and watch you in interviews. You don't be nervous at all. So don't be coming on here trying to act all nervous.
Nervous.
All right? Yeah, stop doing like formal introductions. I'll let you do that, but I'll go ahead and let people know. I officially met you when we were at an event. I can't remember what the event was, but it was Cam's event, Cam Colors, I think. And he was putting on something. It was kind of like a community thing. It was at and I can't even remember the place.
I can't remember the spot, and I can't remember the name of the event either, but I know it was downtown somewhere near
Yes.
and
Yes.
like a beauty salon. That's where we met.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
that's where we met. But yes, I remember. But I had actually seen you perform probably like at least like 3 or 4 times before that. You probably don't even know that. But yeah. I know I've seen you at Cats before. I think I might have seen you at Urban Grind, and a couple other places. But I was kind of like on the scene, but sometimes like I would just pull up at an open mic and not even perform. But for everybody that's joined us, I'm here with Abstract C.I.M. We've reached what I call the Poet's Perspective. She is our feature this evening. But Abstract, I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. Well, they call me Abstract. I be that goddess spreading love through self-revealing. No bag lady, but I got healing in my backpack mixed with a little bit of pro-black. Shouldn't have to add that with God on my side so I don't get sidetracked. They be like, yeah, she's small, but she got maximum impact. And they don't expect little pretty poets to have bars, so I had to backtrack. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Abstract. What's up, y'all? What's up?
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's a hell of an introduction.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it. But so how it works is you got about 3 pieces, or that's kind of the standard I do, but you can spit whatever's in your heart. And I'll pretty much let you have the floor, and then we'll get into a little conversation after that.
Okay, so I just take the floor.
You just take the floor.
All right. Well, I have a new album coming out, like I told you before. Still don't have an exact date yet, but we're like so close to post-production. It's crazy. So it's gonna be 2020. It's gonna be real soon. I just don't know when. But the title was Neo Soul Space. And it's so special to me. I've put the most money, time, blood, sweat, and tears into this project. It's gonna be super, super dope. What's special about it is it's also my first musical album, in the sense where I'm actually creating music, or what people may say are raps in a sense. Combining my two favorite loves, which are hip hop and neo soul music. So you got the hard bass, the beauty of what is true hip hop, mixed with the jazzy soulful of the neo soul. I'm combining the two with nice poetic lyricism. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. So I cannot wait to release it. I really want to perform that live, but we know the quality isn't gonna be dope. So I'm just doing acapella. I'm gonna give y'all a couple verses from that. We're gonna keep it going. So this is from my introduction. I be in my head playing games, doing dances with my demons. I be telling me to stop, but she say, girl, it ain't that easy. I be at war with myself. I guess it's the Libra in me. Life can be a jail cell if you ain't got no divinity. Interesting. I be trying to keep a Bible near me, but I also meditate and balance chakras. Forgive me. Mufasa Lion King, my hair. I like how gold compliment me. It's funny how little you care when you get older. I'm growing. God, forgive me for the sins I ain't even commit. I know you love me, so you gonna release all my addictions from everything that I think serves me when I know that it doesn't. I know that you ain't take me yet because you still got a purpose I ain't fulfilled yet. The blood, sweat, and tears, yeah, I did that. I've been planting some seeds. They just ain't grown up out the field yet. Your daughter was a baby. Now she's starting to get her feet wet. It's hard to live different in a world that comes so preset. And verse 2 goes like, so tell me, what do you be leaning on when things go wrong? When you be stressed and feeling miserable and can't be that strong no more. Your boss is tripping on you and your car ain't gonna push you much further and you got them real bills. And you know you gotta work harder, so you be hard on yourself because you already stressed, depending on yourself, but ain't pouring into your consciousness. You got to evaluate the way you decompress. Go back to the powers you already possess. I'm talking to God before you cussing in traffic. I'm trying to focus on me so much that I ain't trying to have it. I need a break. But this life ain't gonna wait. No time to victimize yourself. You need energy to be great. I'm talking vision boards, praying, drinking water, and working late. Affirmations, making time for the things you love to be great. You can't be pouring from empty cups if you drained. Master your mind and spirit first, and the rest he'll take. And that's that piece.
Hey.
You know, master your mind and spirit. Let God take the rest. You can't worry about the whole world. You can't have the whole world's weight on your shoulders. You ain't gonna make it like that.
Facts.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the floor is yours. So whatever you want to do, we with you. We on your
All right.
journey.
Well, we keep on going. All right. So this next piece, it's a love piece, but it ain't though. I wrote it during a time in my life where I clearly did not love myself the way I should. I was definitely a baby in the game. I'm out here figuring it out. I'm in college making young, dumb mistakes. But it comes through in relationships, especially how you allow other people to treat you. I clearly love the other person more than I love myself. I love the aspect of being with someone and being loved more than I loved being alone or demanding my self-respect, even if that meant being alone. So I wrote this piece after I learned in church one day that when you allow something or someone to control you, it controls your day, it controls your mind, your emotions. You're giving all your time and energy to this person or thing. It's like making someone your idol. And making someone your idol was like making that person your God. And that's exactly where I was. You know, if there was an issue in a relationship, I was about to have a bad day, and nobody or no relationship should ever control your mind and your emotions that deeply.
Right.
So, for lack of better terms, I named this poem Changing Religions. My God, I praise you. From the depths of my soul, from my fingertips to my toes, I live for you. And I would be nothing without you. And I'll bow to my feet humbly to bless thee. Lord, you are my El Shaddai, Adonai, and Elohim. No, what you are is mistaken, because I'm not talking about my king. I'm talking about my last fling. Their name was Tyrell. And he had me wrapped around his little finger. See, I made him my idol. For lack of a better term, he might as well have been my God. And our relationship was my religion. Our home was my temple. No, you were my Alpha and Omega. You were my beginning and my end. See, I placed no one else above you. You polluted my mind, and I fell into thinking that I was living on this earth to live for you. I studied the verses of your first mixtape more than I studied the ones in my own Bible. Couldn't even pull the jeans above my own ankles without feeling the need to ask you if I even look good enough to walk outside with. I tried to adhere to your every direction as if I was merely one of your disciples. And every time you tried to leave me, I would clung to you like 2 by 2. You ain't never even seen inseparable animals on Noah's Ark like this before. Your harsh words, they meant more to me than the book of Revelation. And when you got mad at me, it was like the rapture in my head. I changed the way that I walked, the way that I talked, the way that I dressed, all for you. I told my family my deepest secrets, all because of you. You made me question my self-worth. My phone number will forever be in a suicide hotline database, all because of you. How did I look at you as my God? As I was staring at the demons inside of you. And I didn't start crawling back to my real God until I finally started running away from you. Now that I look back, my actions were telling you, baby, I praise you. From the depths of my soul, from my fingertips to my toes, I live for you. And I would be nothing without you. Sweetheart, anything good that I earn is because of you. And I'll bow to my feet humbly to bless thee. Honey, you are my El Shaddai, Adonai, and Elohim. But when I finally realized that we were poison for each other, when I finally realized that you were my apple and I was Eve, I had the nerve to turn around and still say, my God, what have you let happen to me? If I ever get the strength to speak to you again, I'll tell you. I hope you sleep well at night, knowing that you put more fear in me than God did. I hope I sleep well at night, knowing that I let you put more fear in me than God did. And I'll tell you that I'm still working on changing religions. That's that piece.
Hey.
The main takeaway from that is like love God, love yourself, and then love people, and in that order. When you get it out of order, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's all out of whack. And that's just something that I learn daily. I'm a Libra, like you heard me say. So I'm all about just trying to balance my life, trying to balance all the elements in my life all the freaking time. To stay level, to stay centered. And that's one of them. You got to love yourself first in order to love other people correctly. Because you can love incorrectly, and it hurts. It's going to be a bad fall at the end. And those are the lessons that I learn all the time from my relationships, and I try to put it in these poems for y'all. So I hope you can feel it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what's up? You got another for us, or?
I got you, boo. I got you.
Okay,
I got
okay,
you.
okay. I'm good.
We're still
I'm
going.
good. I'm
All right,
good.
so I'm gonna do one more for y'all. And I'm gonna get out your way. Or we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk a little bit. So
Yeah.
the last piece is pretty self-explanatory. It's called A Letter to My Younger Self. And that's exactly what it is. I hope y'all get a lesson from it. Go a little something like this. So at 11 years old, you'll think you'll have life all figured out. You know that you want to be a visual artist, go to SCAD for college, have beautiful twins and a white picket fence, and think that life would be just that easy. You'll trust that everyone will love you just as much as you love them, and you'll see the good in everything. At 15, you'll become best friends with your first love. You'll bring you something innocent, something risky, something pure. His family will take you in as their own. You'll get your first kiss under the mistletoe at home and still go to the arcade something serious, even after you've decided you're better off as friends. At 20, the breakup won't be that easy. You'll fall for the first person to ever call you queen. You'll pray for him. You'll lay your walls down at his feet. You'll create fantasies about your future together and baptize all your worries in his Jordan. You'll create poetry together like Mother Nature and Father God, and then he'll give pieces of you away and then call you back as if you're the one that stole them. You'll learn not to trust every forever and always and last time. You'll place guards on heart and master loving from a distance and think that life would be just that easy. And then you'll forget, because at age 22, you'll meet your soulmate and he will sweep you off of your feet. So you'll let him tread deeper than you've ever allowed before. He'll have you feeling all grown and in love that you'll be begging for more. He'll wine, dine, and surprise you. He'll love you every single day in every single way in every single place if possible. He'll meet your every criteria. You'll think that he's God's way of saying you're welcome, keeping soul happy and belly full. He'll be your everything. And you'll get so caught up. You'll get so caught up in the way that he makes you feel that you'll excuse the nights that he disrespected you because they were warmer than sleeping alone. You'll exchange open mic nights with the family for Olive Garden and second chances to explain who Lexi and Clara and Tali is. He'll have you praying more for improvement than for truth. Yes,
Mm.
his touch will knock you off your judgment, baby girl, and have you arguing about crazy stuff like why your problems make me turn to the gospel station, or why is it that when I look I'm being nosy, but when I look I always find something? Why do I always find something? You'll convince yourself into 4-second chances with him because giving up would be so easy. He'll be 2 years your senior, but it'll be too soon to stop being young. Translation: there will be too many options plus too much time wasted with the last one, divided by too perfect of a girl where he knows is in too deep to leave him, so he thought. Rule number 1, never let a boy disrespect you. Rule number 2, you'll never have to chase what wants to stay. And there's no point in trying to love somebody out of their trust issues. But you'll try, and you'll try, and you'll try because you'll want him to change so much deeper than you'll accept that he won't. And the crazy part is that God loves you so much that he'll take away your everything. He'll see you losing yourself and giving too much too soon to someone who doesn't deserve it. He'll see you settling for nothing, for what you thought was everything, because he pulls his babies from situations before they destroy them. But he knows that your experiences will bring you wisdom, and he'll expect you to put those lessons in these poems at the bare minimum. At 22 and a half, you won't be as scared because you'll be graduating from the Georgia State University. You'll prefer city view window lofts over rotting wood. You'll laugh at the thought that you couldn't enjoy anything more than art until poetry found you. And you'll finally realize that life won't be that easy. That maybe nothing will ever be that easy. Because God loves you so much. You're going to always be all right. You're going to always be all right. And that's that piece, y'all. That's my set. That's my set. I'm abstract. C.I.M. C.I.M. stands for complicated and meaning. Shout out to Justin. Thank you so much for allowing me to use your platform. This is dope. Thank you for allowing me to take space. I thank you so much.
Hey, abstract. Shout out to you for sharing your, I can't even call it poetry, but your wisdom, your words, and man, that's powerful stuff. That's powerful stuff. But that's where I want to start because you are young. How do you know so much? That the wisdom that you have and put in your poetry, where's that come from, you think?
Oh my goodness. I appreciate it, Solomon. I appreciate y'all. What's up, friends? What up? Hey, Lauren. Um, I'm an old soul. I have no idea. Like, I think I was here before. I don't know. I'm just an old soul. And because I've always felt like I was an old soul, I've always felt that maturity in me. I've always been around older folks, whether it's a little bit older or I'm talking about the older folks, like the OGs, like
Right, right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always hanging around. I was always around my mother. I don't know. I think that has to be a part of it, but I don't know, man. I think I just been here.
I think
And
so too.
I haven't been through disaster, but I've been through a lot, and
Hmm.
I definitely pick up along the way. You know, I try not to go through BS for no reason. I try to at least gain something from it so I don't have to go through it again.
I
So
can
I
see
think
that.
that's a part of it.
I can
Yeah.
see how you are a very intuitive person, I would say. And I
Yeah.
mean, and I know you, but I don't like know you. You know what I'm saying? But just from being around you, I can gather that you soak up everything, even when people might not think you pay attention. You know exactly what's going on. Is that accurate?
Exactly. To a T. To a T. You might not think I'm paying attention, but I
And
got it.
you and so you mentioned your mother. And I was watching the interview you did with Milk, and you were talking about how your mother's a poet and she's been writing for a long time. But talk about, and that's one of the things that just from like looking on your social media, one thing that I get other than poetry is family. So talk about some of the values that your mother instilled in you to allow you to be the artist that you are today.
Oh my goodness. My mother is my biggest supporter. Shout out to her. What's so beautiful about her is it's just like I would be watching TV about about the guy or the girl that have this like outrageous dream, whether they want to be a scientist or whether they want to join a sports team, and their parents didn't support them. They weren't supportive, and watching them have to struggle towards their dream or their passion
Hmm.
or their goal, and not have their biggest loved ones on their side. I can't
Yeah.
really, I can't say I know what that feels like. My mother, thank God for her, she's always supported me with whatever it was that I've ever wanted to do. She always believed in me, and that made me believe in myself more. That made me
Mm.
think that poetry can be something I can do with myself. Writing is my gift. Performing, spoken word. She was always front row center at my competitions, and just having that love, that support, it does a lot, man. It does a lot.
Absolutely.
It does a lot, especially when you're down and out. Like her quote is always, "If you believe it, you can achieve it." And I took that with any discipline that I do. You know, I don't just do spoken word. I do art. I've done art more than I've done spoken word. I'm actually a visual artist, like painter,
Mm.
drawer type of thing. I did dance because I went to a fine art school, so I've really been able to cultivate all of the different. I'm trying to read and talk. Yeah, moms is dope. Moms is dope, man. Shout out to all the dope mothers.
Hey, shout
Uh,
out to all the dope mothers,
Everywhere, man. That's a mother is a superpower. Like you can
right?
literally, you have the power to make or break your child with what you say and what you allow them to do, and who you allow them to be. So just thankful to my mother. She saw the creative gift in me. And that it didn't just stop at poetry. So she put me in a creative school, a creative fine arts school, and I just blossomed from there. So hard work pays off, and whatever you do, do it to the fullest. That's what my mother taught me, and that's what I took from her. She's a strong woman.
Awesome, awesome. So it sounds like she not only supported you, but cultivated an environment early on for you to feel freely enough to create.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, don't get me wrong, like my parents, they supported me, but it was always a sense like they saw me doing spoken word and poetry. They're like, okay, but make sure you got a real job. You know what I'm saying? So that was something like I had to overcome. But you talked in one of your pieces, you talked about not pouring from an empty cup. So you being the pure artist that you are, as far as I mean, and even being a visual artist, that's something I learned from your interview with Milk. Actually, I had no idea. But talking about all those art forms that you've been involved with and able to put in your repertoire, so to
Hmm.
speak, what continues fueling your drive to create? What keeps Abstract's cups full for you to pour into your art, for you to pour into others?
I think that is what keeps my cup full. It is it
Hmm.
it is the art. It is the art. Even when it stresses me out sometimes, and the baby can stress you out. Um, it is the art. Like I said, I've been working on a mural for the album, actually for my album cover. A 13-foot mural in my bedroom, which is finally complete, thank God.
Wow.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. It came out dope. I can't wait to release it. Can't wait to release everything. But it was a meditative process for me. As much energy as it took out of me, it was a meditative process. And I haven't picked up a paintbrush since 2012, which is when I was a senior in high school.
Mm.
But so it's amazing how after all that time, you don't lose what's your gift. And it felt like home again. I need to get back to all of my gifts, all of the things that make us us. Um, but it's the art that helps me going, helps keep me going. I love to deliver it to the people. Um, Whenever I'm not feeling like myself, I know it's because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You know,
Mm.
God gave these gifts, and if I don't use them, I'm gonna get rusty. And that's not gonna be good for nobody. You know,
Right,
me.
right.
So yeah, it's just when you know it's a part of you, and you know that that's what you're supposed to be doing. You can take a break, but you can't quit.
You
You
can't
can't.
quit. You
Yeah.
can't quit, especially when
And
it when
I,
it's when that creativity's been put in your heart in whatever, whether it's like a job that somebody's going for or whatever they want to create. Like once it's on your heart, you know you got to do it. And
Yeah.
when you're not doing it, your heart and your mind on the line, that can throw your life off. That can throw your life. So
Exactly, exactly, and you feel it. I feel it.
you feel
Like
it.
I
You feel it.
feel when I haven't danced in a while and I need to move my body, like choreograph, like dance. Like I feel the chemicals in my body, like they're off. I gotta get back to
Yeah.
what makes me me and what makes me happy. So yeah, and it doesn't always have to be for other people or for public entertainment. It's just doing what you know is it brings you peace. Doing what you know brings you peace.
God, so what strikes me about you and what actually fascinates me about you is that, and I'm sorry to put this out there, but you're so young, but you're so sure. You're so sure of yourself in a way that like I'm 32 now. Like in my 20s, I was very unsure. I was very not confident in myself and in my God-given abilities. So so I just want to let you know like I admire your confidence and like your knowingness. And I'm not sure if that's just like your faith in the creator or just something that like was instilled in you. But you talked about self-love. Oh, go ahead. Were you about to say something?
I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that you see that and that comes through. But I love to tell, like, let me, I don't mind being the underdog. Like, I don't always have it all together. Honey,
Right, right.
I don't. Like I say in the first piece, like, I'm a Libra, so I'm always kind of battling with myself and fighting with myself on certain things.
Mm.
I'm always weighing the pros and the cons, or the good and the bad, or the beautiful and the ugly. Like I I
Hey,
I'm
I
still
get it. We all human. We all
I'm
human.
still working on me. Yeah. But I get up every day. I get up every day. I'm a better person every day. That's one thing. But no, I appreciate that.
Hey, it's a journey. It's a journey. But you talk about in one of your pieces you were talking about how you didn't always have the love for yourself that you didn't always have love for yourself. How did you recognize that? And what are some things that you do now? What self-care look like for you nowadays to make sure that you're pouring into yourself the way that you know you should?
hmm I recognize that by staying in relationships that didn't mean me any good. Um,
Mm,
by seeing red flags and making excuses for people. Like I said, by wanting whatever that high was, that having somebody say they love me, being loved, whatever that was, whatever that gave me, wanting that more than I wanted to walk away from it, or give up the time that I invested, or all these other BS excuses. That's what proved to me that I did not love myself, that I was willing to torment myself, and suffocate myself for other people to breathe.
mm,
Yeah, yeah. Um, it broke me down. It broke me down, and
okay.
I was left to have to pick up the pieces. That's Nobody's worth that. So if you see something being done wrong in an intimate or romantic or whatever type of relationship that be, it could be between manager and employee. Like I've been through it all. You recognize how much you love yourself by how you allow other people to treat you. You got to demand the respect that you think you
Mm,
deserve.
absolutely.
It's that lesson that I work on hammering down every single day. Like not being so nice to the point where you don't have self-respect and
Mm,
demand that from other people. You know,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. That's the lesson that I'm always working on.
And
Love.
and and people get that confused. Like you can be nice and still set boundaries with people at the same time.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But it's hard, and it's harder for the nice folks
It
because
is. It is.
when you do put that foot down, they be like, "Hold up, what? Like you switching up?
It,
No,
and
no,
then
that's
you be thinking in your mind like, oh,
like,
am
am
I
I
doing too
tripping?
much? Right, right, right,
Like, am I being too hard? No,
right.
no. Do what you gotta do. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So that's what I learned. There was a part two to your question. How did I recognize it, and what steps do I take?
Yeah, what does self-care look like for you nowadays?
Um, I'm trying not to. Is this a clean mic?
No, it's good. Hey, we speaking from the heart. We
Okay,
keeping
good.
it real.
No, but no, just don't. You say no. You say no.
Mm,
You sit with yourself. You spend time with yourself, to learn yourself and love yourself. That sounds cliche, but if you can't be with yourself alone, single for a year, 2 years, and still find joy and still find peace and happiness and
that's a
excitement and
problem.
passion and purpose in your life, you got a problem.
Mm,
You got a problem. You cannot depend on anybody else or any outside relationship to make you love you or make you find joy and happiness in life. That's not where it comes from. You got to figure out where that comes from for you. Um, my mother raised me as a Christian, but she just instilled that deep in me that your joy does not come from people. It comes from the Lord. Trust in the Lord. Don't trust in people, because man will fail you at some point. It's
absolutely.
love them, but like I say, love them correctly. Don't be so codependent, because you will fall every time. So that's just learning to be independent, but not too independent. Also knowing how to cohabitate and love each other. You know what I'm saying? The right way, in a balanced way, in a righteous way, respecting each other, being loyal to each other, being open and transparent.
Mm,
Um, those are some of the things that I've learned, and just you gotta just being mature and knowing who you are, is some of the best medicine for a good relationship. Just knowing
absolutely.
if you don't know who you are, anything will come to knock you down.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't think, or I feel like a lot of people don't realize how much self-love is more than just like kind of just being nice to yourself, but it's forgiving yourself. It's proactive things. You know what I'm saying? There's steps
It's
that you can
forgiving yourself.
exactly. It's things
It's
that you can
forgiving yourself.
proactively do to love yourself and to pour into yourself. So that's important. But so in a lot of your pieces, you have a unique perspective when it comes to relationships. And to me, what it sounds like you able to break them down in a way that that's a little bit deeper than surface level. Um, so I want to get your take on something because I feel like right now when it comes to black people, there's like this thing going on between like black men and black women that I see, and I'm not sure if it's a real thing or maybe I just see the post on Instagram, but it kind of seems like there's tension right there.
Can you tell me what's going on? Because I don't be on social media, but I saw something about Cardi being Offset. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know I don't know necessarily what's going on with Cardi B and Offset, but it just seems like I see memes about like black men not protecting black women and black women need to. It seems like there's a kind of
Okay,
conflict right there, and I
okay.
want to I want to get your take on that from a black woman's perspective. Do you see that, or like is that a real thing, or is that just like a narrative that's being put out there that's not true, or what you think?
Yeah, it's a real thing. It's
Okay.
definitely a real thing. I think it also depends on your perspective and where you are in the world. I don't. It doesn't happen to everybody,
Hmm.
but I think it does happen everywhere. Like I say, I feel like I'm blessed to have a circle of strong, amazing kings. I don't feel unprotected, but there are women out there who are definitely unprotected, who are being disrespected, who are being like just who are not getting what they deserve. I'll say that.
Okay.
And that could be on a lot of different levels. I remember I had a moment where I was feeling a little bit down and out because I saw this post where there was just like a whole bunch of like terror and destruction. This was around the time when the Ahmaud Arbery cases were out, the George,
Mm.
when everything was really up in the air.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
at the same time, there was some stuff happening to some young women, outside of the Breonna Taylor, but like I guess names that were not getting the attention that they deserve because there,
yeah.
there was just a lot going on during that time. And I just remember feeling like, dang, like I respect to us us coming together and rallying all the support for George Taylor and Ahmaud, but we got to show support for our women too. Like we got to do it for everybody, you know. Let's post about everybody, like, because
Right,
they're not
right.
getting the love and they're not getting their justice, and ain't nobody looking at their case. From what I'm seeing on the news, nobody's caring about our women, and
Mm,
it just it was a little devastating, I'll say. So like I say, I think it just depends on the frame that you're looking from.
okay.
Um, it just depends on your perspective, but definitely, I feel like we can always improve. Why not? We can
Definitely.
always improve every day. You know,
Definitely.
whether it's just being vigilant when you at the mall, when you're at the grocery store, when it's late at night, you're in a parking lot, just keeping your eye open for your sisters, your wives, your girlfriends, whoever it may be, your mothers, calling up on people, you know, whatever it may be, you know, start at home first and then branch out
Absolutely.
and do for the community. I feel like that's
Absolutely.
yeah. That's
I
I
feel
think
that. So when you
yeah.
talk about like when you talk about improving, again, it brings back to the idea of self-love because I feel like everybody should create something. I mean, whether it's like writing, whether it's drawing, whatever, I feel like everybody should partake in some creative endeavor because it makes you look inside of yourself and analyze what you believe, how you feel about yourself, and analyze things that you might not necessarily think about on a daily basis. So you talk about the things that you've been through and you know how that kind of gave you the wisdom to write and create some of the stuff that you have. My poetry was kind of came from like a place of being down, like of being down so much like you gotta put this energy somewhere. So you know, so you put it into a
Exactly.
poem. And
Exactly.
so yeah, so I just say that to say I just feel like everybody should create. I feel like everybody should create
Right.
something.
Right. Put all that negative emotion into something positive.
Exactly, exactly. Abstract, man. I could talk to you all night for real. But
I
but before we go, talk about the album, um, what people can expect from it, and some other things that you got going on coming up in the future.
All right. So again, the album is called Neo Soul Space. No release date yet, but it's coming mad soon, mad soon. I promise you, it's gonna be worth the wait. I'm not cutting no corners with this one. This is gonna be an album for
Okay.
me for 2020. Neo Soul and hip hop album. Good poetic lyricism. You know, I'm always coming with it. Uh, it's gonna be dope, y'all. That's all I got for you. That's all I
So
got
so
for
I
you.
know you so I know you from the spoken word lane and just like somebody giving you a microphone and you just going. What made you want to intertwine music with that?
Can I be honest? If I can
I
be
thought we were
honest,
being honest the whole time.
we were.
Okay,
But
I'm just making sure.
if I can be real,
Yeah.
because what I'm about to say is it's like blasphemy to some poets. But like, I reached a point in my poetry game where I felt dry. Like I felt
Okay.
dry. I got tired. I don't know what it was. I think what it was is it started to feel like work instead of feeling like
Mm,
the reason I got into it in the first place, like for that love, for that expression, straight, you know, forget about the crowd, forget about how you got to write it this way to keep people attention.
right,
Like
right, right.
I had a little dry spell. And in that moment, I just put the same words and the same lyrics to music one time, and I was just playing. It was when the For the D challenge came out. I don't know if you remember it, but it was like this little hip hop beat. And
Yeah,
everyone
yeah, I
was writing what
remember.
they would do for the D. And I was like, man, all these chicks writing about what they'll do for some dick. And I'm like, man,
Yep, I remember
queens, the
that.
queens that I was just like, so I was
Right.
like, I'm gonna do it. So I just put my lyrics to the beat, and the thing was so smooth. I ain't gonna lie, it was a little challenge, but it was so smooth. And I just remember how it flowed out of me like water. It flowed out of me like water, something that I hadn't had with poetry in a very long time, where it was just
Mm,
easy. It was effortless. And I was feeling myself without, you know, feeling myself like it was just, I was in my zone. I was in my element again. I was like, all right, let me try this again. Let me try this again. I did it again. I was like, all right, let me do this again. So yeah,
Okay.
it came from there. And I've been doing music ever since. I've been focusing on music, and I would have never thought that 2 years ago I'd be
And
here.
I heard I think you put out a single earlier this year, Running Back.
Friends. Yes, I put out running back. Friends, you crazy.
I'm camping out for it.
I'm camping out for
Shout
it.
out DJ Frizz, man. I feel
Shout
like he
out to
done
DJ
DJ'd
Fizz, man. He a
every
real one.
poetry
He
event
a
in
real one.
Atlanta.
Oh my gosh.
but but yeah, but I heard Running Back. I was listening to that. Dope again, like your mindset and the way, not only what you're able to do with words, but just the wisdom that you have. I'm just in awe. I think I think like the mindset of what you bring to it is it's on another level. I mean, of course, you know the wordplay and things like that. Aesthetically, it sounds nice, pleasing to the ears, but the content is on is on another level. And I mean, to me, just for what it's worth, like I think that's where your power lies. Like how you able to go that deep. But you know, that's just you know, my perspective for what it's worth. But again.
I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I feel like God put everybody on this earth for a reason. And I feel like me and him got this special conversation where he's like, I gave you something special. Make sure you use it to uplift people and make people better and nothing less. And so that's what I come to do with everything I write. So
Hey, wait, well, you definitely doing that. I can tell just by these comments on the live. People love you.
I
People are
appreciate
loving you.
I love y'all. I appreciate it.
So I got Abstract's Cash App post pinned at the bottom just in case y'all want to support. Make sure y'all support the artists, the poets, spoken word artists, the musicians, any kind of way. We always appreciate it. Um, Abstract, C.I.M. I appreciate you. I
I
appreciate talking
appreciate
to you. I appreciate everything that you bring to the spoken word community. And I mean, you know my wife, you know, y'all cool. You was at my wedding, so like I
Hey,
said, we family.
right. I feel like that's the last time I seen you was at your wedding.
Right, right. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. So I'm excited. Have you been like getting back out here at all? I know it's still like kind of COVID, kind of not nobody really knows what to do.
I haven't. Have you?
No, I have not.
Really?
I'm taking this year off. I've already decided.
I'm taking it slow. I'm doing my essential needs, but I ain't
Yes.
on the poetry scene. I ain't feeling it yet. I ain't feeling it
Yeah,
yet.
yeah, yeah, me too. I already decided. I'm just taking 2020 off, get everything right within here, within my home, this
Yeah,
home as well. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And we'll see what 2021 looking like as far as that goes.
Exactly. We'll see what it's looking like. We'll see what it's like.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But Abstract, tell the people where they can find you, just some final words for the people, if you will.
All right. The best place y'all can reach me is on my Instagram page right here at Abstract C.I.M. The C.I.M. stands for complicated in meaning. You can also find me on Facebook at Sassett, Sassett. You can find me on Abstract C.I.M. I'll forward it there. But yeah, Instagram, Neo Soul Space, the album, like I say, is coming very shortly, a Neo Soul and hip hop album. I can't wait to release it to y'all. Definitely gonna be something dope.
Hey, we can't wait for it. Neo Soul Space. Shout out to Abstract CIM. Make sure y'all follow her. Make sure y'all support. And
Thank you, Justin. I appreciate the space again. Thank you.
oh, no problem. Thank you. Until next time.
Until
That's
next
all I
time.
got.
Y'all have a good
Abstract
night.
CIM. Peace.
Night.